Our mobile development team asked us to build some kind of device that will let them know if they got a good review or a bad review for the apps that they developed. So we figured, why don't we build some kind of a thumbs up, thumbs down device. So that thumb will make some noise and maybe flash some lights every time that there's a review submitted, and they'll know in real time if there's good feedback or bad feedback. Dropkin, push the button.
We're gonna make an impression of Michael's hand with alginate. It's like a material that is used for casting teeth at the dentists. Michael, lube up your hand.
Okay.
We're gonna use Vaseline for tiny hairs on your fingers.
Like everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Using ice because the colder the water, the working time is longer. More water!
And as we say in Israel, yalla!
And hope for the best.
And now, we wait. Yeah.
I think you're good. You can just like try and
Just slide it out.
yeah, a little bit slowly. Whoopa.
Got all my hair? Nice. So now how do we know what it looks like?
You need to cast something in it. So we're gonna cast polyurethane, like hard polyurethane. It dries pretty quick. So we'll make like a hard thin layer, and then we'll fill it up with polyurethane foam. And then it will be light, but hard from the outside. This is polyurethane foam. Fuck! Okay! Nice save. Hey. Now we let it dry about 2, 3, 4 days.
Oh, really?
No, just demolding time, demolding time. Come take a closer look. Oh my God! Micah's hand. Yay! Look at that. Did you know that Japanese swords was made for cutting hands? Hi-ya! After making a rough sketch of the general idea, I could move to Fusion and model it. Most of the parts that I needed I could find at the local suppliers. What I couldn't find I 3D printed, as well as the rest of the mechanism. Then I've assembled all the parts and checked that it works manually. You got the linear bearings, the Servo Motor, the rack and pinion gears. These all drive the whole mechanism backwards and forwards. You got the Servo Motor that is connected to the brass rod, and the brass rod will be connected to the hand that moves up and down.
We're going to start out with a microcontroller with the ESP32. This guy will be able to talk to all the parts, and it has Wi-Fi capabilities, so it'll talk to the server and know when there's a good review or a bad review. We have this stepper motor, which is going to move the hand in and out of the box, and we're going to use this driver in order to control it. We'll use the SG90 microservo in order to twist the hand up and down. We'll use this sound module for sound effects. We're going to use a 10-watt speaker to go with it. And finally, no project is complete without LEDs. We're going to add some LEDs into the project for some fun effects. I put all the parts together on a breadboard just to make sure that it all works together. Now that I see that we have everything working, I'm going to solder it all on a prototype board so we have a final version ready for production. So after I got the prototype board assembled, I uploaded some new code and ran a few tests, and then I noticed that the servo motor wasn't working consistently. It seemed that maybe it had power issues, communication issues, maybe it wasn't big enough for the hand's weight. Anyway, after eventually swapping out the servo motor for a bigger one, it started working perfectly. So I figured, let's just tell Drapkin that he f***ed up.
So Michael f***ed up. He told me to use a small servo, but now we need to use a bigger servo, so we need to do some iterations. I took a new servo motor model that we're going to use and put it in the software, and then changed the mount and the brass rod mount in order for it to fit the new servo motor. And now we're going to print it again and assemble it again, and it is what it is. So we got the printed parts, and now we're gonna disassemble the previous parts and put the new parts in. I'm trying to figure out how short the brass rod should be, and I only have one chance unless I then dig it out and do it again. So trying to measure 3 times and maybe cut once. I hope it will fit the remote. I f***ed up. Missing 1 centimeter. If I cut it here, and it will go all the way. We'll cut this part about 1 centimeter short. More or less in. מיכאל, אוכל, הזמנת? אתה מביא אוכל? הזמנת? אוכל?
מה נסגר?
After it dries up, you can sand it because there's a small step, like big, huge step, and then I'll sand it all, and that's it. Hope so. So I've mounted the mechanism into the box. I've found the right place to mount the speaker. As you can see, it's hard to work here because Michael is doing his project. He doesn't care about anyone else. Then I glued the veneer onto the plywood. Then I've cut the grid with the laser cutter. So I've had a couple of flops trying to make the front lid. so that the hand could get out and get in without any mechanism, but it didn't work.
Finally.
The mobile crew wanted to have like a sign that says if the reviews come from iOS users or Android users. So I have etched each logo on this thick acrylic. I've cut the logo out of either a white or a green acrylic, just inlaid it in. And around the logo there's like a thin etched line, so it will be even littier. It's not a word. What I'm gonna do is have a frame around them with LEDs, and whichever review it will be, the right logo will turn on. In order to do that and still make it lit, I've decided to go with side lit panels.
All right, so now that Dropkin finished making the box, we put all the electronics in here. We have our speaker, amp, the ESP32 controller, we have the sound module, and the driver for the motor. We have 2 servos inside the motor, and we added a I added an end stop switch so we know when the hand is fully inside, so we don't close the doors on the hand, which might be outside, in case the separate motor might be out of sync. We're running in 2 wires for power. One is 12 volts and the other one is 5 volts. And I coded the ESP to connect to Google Firebase to get a indication whether a review has just been submitted and whether if it's good or bad and for which device. Okay, so I'm gonna close the box now and hopefully everything will run as planned. Let's see if it works. Dang! This is the... Maybe we can...
I'm reporting from the field, so we got a little of a problem and we need to do some field surgery. Michael, hold the patient. The patient lives. Cute. Now we need to check if the hand works.
Because once we put the hand in, if we make a mistake with the motors, it'll break the whole... everything.
That's how we roll.
So Dropkin f***ed up. Why'd you make it so fragile? Somehow when I touched the door, it just broke off. If it was thicker or made out of metal, this wouldn't have happened.
Thank God I'm so organized that I can find the file easily. Now it's time for final assembly. We're putting in the hand. Okay.
All right, let's go install it.
Weenie.
All right, it's mounted on the ceiling. Now we'll call everyone for the demonstration.
So basically it's about our addiction to user feedbacks. It's really, really important to us what our users and our customers think about our product. So I think 6 months ago, I talked with both of you and I told you, let's put something on the TV. And you told me, nah, we're not going to do it because it's too easy. So we built this stuff. I think this is the full package of the app review for addictions.
Yeah.
Cool.
We hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to get notice of our future videos. Bye bye for now.